Now to KPD toy or pharmacy and I feel so yeah. Herbal shop will be a one sub carry promo on 0246 073498 0246 073498 and I feel so yeah 050 1628931 050 1628931 now near 1374 Jimekona Gasa diagnostic herbal industry in the Encomo hospital there. Papa Pay woman and mebo who de rachero. The here is obako a Great Kingdom Medical Center as a hospital. A hospital edimo. Hospital ajak. A koye bruta. Hospital I would do on to say yes, hospital no home. We do hope what we are now was because a ko and I was a hospital now the Miabano. Yam was IGD no. Me want to me crowded as I'm going a doctor and one a Great Kingdom Medical Center. And we're here fan. And we're a cropon a bang a Kingdom Estate. A Hanomane war. Hospital I do honoma. You cry year 2026 and who and Niema. And Niema ye de share a year sabi. Onipa de Omako fa current ones pa 2026 and beyond. And omodi aba. I didn't know one who pay a year general medical services. Also I will pay a year specialist gynecologist and fertility services and all. Nina won sa ebeka and Nina our Great Kingdom Medical Center. And I feel some person more general surgery. This is a plastic and reconstructive surgery. You know my person a BB on a face liposuction and face tummy tuck. You know my person who a ENT. They can hear no stroke and services and all. Amunina mobi wo ho. Eye clinic and so ho. And I feel so X-ray and I feel so yes scan and ECG na. Pepachowa you will fully equipped laboratory services. And your hospital a wo bani akacho as a koye wo lab no baby na bra. And all the buyers who cry see a check in and you to sign call back. That be Great Kingdom Medical Center. SCBB a one-stop shop. We do honoma. BB a farmer. We come back. We call pharmacy now. We call pharmacy. We call lab now. We call lab. Yeah, Joe to her near Joe to her. A dynamic crowd to say word how to say yes. A word in here. Pay with an for Nina. A Great Kingdom Medical Center. From on the Bono Crasso da form and name it Deno 0593 722 619 0593 722 691 and I'm to say 0530 84 8502 0530 84 8502 now we need a Great Kingdom Medical Center in the come on. Yetini Sikasem de Ayana mekano meni agise na debia mekacho na mesresre Yesane se medi sika kwakotu bebi ni abon ho ama me na prophet no mo no eye bebre sa ne de meni je ho mpe we na afede a Sikasem ani sika oh jai ena na ye bema no botomu ya otimi say yes bibia akoye I don't think a Bayport Financial Services and control some fixed deposit no. Amu gusu ye ho adwuma. I don't think a fixed deposit no. Yemfa yesika namra. Na yemfa nya adwuma. Na enwo mawo. Na emmo ho mawo. Mo ho bebre. Messi bebre. Nina. Ewe Bayport Financial Services. I didn't say men control some ye afedie wo ho. Bosomi miensa de wo ho. Omo wo Bosomi sianso de wo ho. I didn't hear ntemwe. Na woni Bayport Financial Services. Encoding come on. No me boa pa. I didn't know person woni omudin come for fixed deposit no ye 5,000 and above. Obetumi aye bi. O dem so ya no we wadwene fi so. Fanesa on fasika bia mo obi aye. Obekọ na wosa. Identify ora boni on any penyini a oda eye Bayport anu o se mamufro bia mumfro ono ankasa mu chief na mu the number ni 0245 153283 0245 153283 and after so 026 300-7922 026-300-7922 now when airport for ND and come on and for more fix deposit no more ya no home. It is 7:51 in the studios of Kessben 92.9 and I feel so Kessben TV so Bidding Eddie Mansanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah on 92.9 FM Accra Kessben not me kind of hold my face so shame Kessben TV so and now Facebook Kessben TV and then Kessben 92.9 once I ever come with text messages and I feel so WhatsApp messages in a patch of an inabra and a bidding como ye and then paying for say ye bidding como and then Solomon Owusu Director of Communications United Party on Obetenas and I feel so Awal Mohammed National Communication Team member of the MPP so Betenas and then Godwin Mahama Ayaba Corporate Affairs Officer Mato and official government spokesperson NDC on also betenas in ebedin komo yepa and no issues no edoso and into the ben intentum wana afi no also wenye bi na wetie na afi head yeko any de ba nyina but answer na memo details memo de yeko ni de be na when it comes to OSP and afi so patriotic so any de aka nyina no yenko ne ye doctor enkodi komo ne yenhye ye ho den ne ye hye ye ho din wi a na afi ye ba na ye kasa Yenim say ye kasa because Dr. Shay Ding on a health segment with ASC4C liver specialist hospital. You don't ND and come on now fi yemra back to say doctor otemen come watch mo akwaba eba Kessben TV so na fi so Kessben 92.9 mjiri yese bibi aboko there.
Yeah, ni aba pe ni oba da daroma bibi aboko mjiri se also ahoden wo ho
pa ene de ma charge pa ahoden wo ho ye pa Esan say ene nenye boys nenye girls memo president na mu na akasa president say dani dade o kan no anu see so say na doctor say ma o kan ni na no amanfo fa ni serious president can be o say mamudu fia na maka mafra mo yire no akosua ene me nam kwanso bo wo nam kwanso bana bo 8 o say pebanku bi sisuma me na ka banku ma me na me fufuo no start now boboso ma me na me ba be di 10 pm na wa tie na wusi ho na enche kore na wakwakoda exercise bi anim ye nananom tama no mu di banku na eyi ni nyina no anka no pe ye ka say 190 pe bebe fiti ayese ko ha eko ebia achimota echi ho ba bi eko afuom inti exercise no ye wasan kwakodo inti se wo te hana se wo tena kem wa be do office wo send do office wasan tena sesa wo fi mu wasan tena kem wasan tena sesa wo du ye wasan tena exercise be na ye a oba be di banku 10 pm Obedi fufu 10 pm sisi ade omampanyi akasa etina che se de eka ni nyina no efutu na wo ma no esese yesomu ye pa na dog me yire me pende banku na me se ye banku ma me na about 10 na mo fa ho ben doctor wo de mo me pe banku na me du na me di mo fa ho ben a mo be ka che se ma mi di banku
Rokra and so ni say yamame mu no se peni jariya na ensiasa then our president KPD na me nim the ebetiri aka bio to add up to the our peni aka no but no kra ne say you na your problem ku and so sometimes I was say discipline and discipline na ema sometimes yetimi kra nyinche so we always say that baby are disciplined between the work on motivation and for own order. So it's very important. So you pay them kono you pay for food. Yes, you be my apom with here because senior how on the also. So how the yes apom when you dey pay. Now how you na be ba ko pay. Senior be ya obi nya ho de. Ti satisfied ya na man no nya number one priority. It's very important say my apom with him.
Dog wakasa basisia we de sisia na buy boys na send here or say men kan cho say no kureni enye say bia eyomo pese say omudi sa aduane no na mmom no dani den yina opeso o live healthy no ebi odidi wo office be between 2-3 hokona odusi opeso be didi because we didi awie but odu bia na ne wife de hia no na oba be na ese o hwewa enti obefia wundidi ana meduane me meduane a wunni ana wunni enti omo de ahomete boys se men kan kire osisi a omo de ahomete na edi ene ko fasa ne ma we nyina ban to munye ne dem ma no beto mu fo na.
Yes, enti ebe me de say omo be refer any animal mba no to our program health segment, you know. Na ye kasamfa ho na ye inculcate that kind of knowledge, you know, into ourselves. Any animal man on tia say yesra apomode sam de titiro no say bema wo fi no koba na ebe yesa ontimi nkoma bioma na chese o how aba fi no so sometimes we need to look at the bigger picture and not only look at one side. So our baby akoyewe, but you share the bigger picture. Health here. The message say any animal ma entie enyamre no muntie so I think we will talk about this most often these days. Now it's new because it's a serious issue. Sometimes when in a facility unya couples now you have this issue. The man can have a single conversation with you. Sometimes a bad day, the person may be just as you are saying, and so you have to eat because of the Indian mother car count. Because these days you see your friend before marriage now the energy level no worry and now feel gaining access with certain areas. Hey, why feel born crying?
Or show you.
Let's eat you cool. See, let's say, share so any animal my slam. Yeah, Mosha also my kaka,
okay. Ate dog boys so can almost say so was sending me emoji or stress I just said no one to and the irate there's all drive on any hearing the doctor can there's I told my ben don't just boys mo fa ho kwai da mo kwai no I said boys say boys fa ho kwai ne maybe no mo da be share in a late things almost say fi
boys yes that's what they
boys are so what thing dog yan kwai ni me na wo my
yes, and share the effect of cerebral ischemia.
Okay.
Effect of cerebral ischemia. So you can't cerebral. The cerebellum, which talk about the brain. And you can't ischemia simply means occlusion of blood to certain areas of the body. Until you say you can't cerebral ischemia, there you can't effect. Nipediano enya insusanso anipediano enya semoja entimi enko adwene mu yea effecta eba nipediano se mepacho yankopon amaye moja no se enkita a lot of nutrients and a lot of red blood cells no are made up of a lot of oxygen. Your body no so here oxygen adwene intino ne nkwamwa na ewa adwene mu ne oxygen. Within the space of 5 minutes to 10 minutes, you should say, adrenal lack blood supply. Now we need oxygen and in Kwabuano start to say ewu. In Kwabuano would not say coordination by the problem. Can say adrenal, you to hemispheres the brain, your prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is responsible for your common sense and reasoning. Until many of you or take alcohol the brain. In the public, so to me, Casabebre, it me cry around home. Now, names are around why they are china bisana. Or say no, and Yamina, Abiana, alcohol, that part of your area and the controls are hippocampus, so control your short term memory. Usia, dear, now, continue classroom exams, not at all. Now, say, Ubisasi, and spell why, and spell is amount because that hippocampus need to me, and my own, that memory, no. The biome your cerebellum, control your balance. Intimation can biome cell be far alcohol be repair. Not that areas no control your balance no so in your problem. It is always on anti half side by side because the balance no assay your buckus area and this is responsible for your speech. Which will be on that area no on your supply of blood no year. And Kwamwana start to say who or when you fled in speech and I say aphasia, difficulties in talking. Adrenaline the control when it is adrenaline in Yamoja pet, not just on Tunimwa and coordinate ye. A biome against so a bad body nankasaso apart from the brain. Kai say any pediano you hear moja se be ko ye ntin ni mu ntin na kwa akoye se akola ya wono foforo ekomo na ontumi nka se ekomo no nti bo hu se osu ntin ni start se bo nka ye se ekomo no nti bo hu se wonsa no eye titriti ebi wo hokura na eno ankasa ewo so ebi wo wa wo nan no so eye titriti eno ankasa wo wa na ewo so eye science e kira wo se ntin ni ka kira wo se ekomo na onya moja enwediane endi ni ye nti amane shells ni protective covers ni bra in a long term obetimi nya hemiplegia mesrawo hemiplegia kire se ofa betimi ajojo ebi kura wo ho a utimi nya quadriplegia onsami no no timi jojo onan mi no nyina timi jojo because moja ntimi nko adwen mu ye ema adwen no coordinate with your spine and find information ema wo sensory nerves and wo motor nerves and koma intino ema parasympathetic and then sympathetic nerves no so nye ejuma and coordinate ma wontumi move nsa no ntubo wonse wonsa no na nyina no ajojo acho oya bema so a obo wonse wo bema no ahoɔden na wo mu no esiniti ase your grade 1 grade 2 grade 3 and grade 4 erection jina hwehwem ne bisa wonse wo grade 9 ebi wo ha na ye poor blood circulation enti moja ntumi nko vital organ ne mu ye ema sabi ontumi nya grade 4 no te say ni etimi peja bucket no ontumi nya bi debia na esiniti ase ne pacho moja circulate ye a ohawa etimi ediba no etimi kura ma sabi o watenka ekofom yeni anmo ma bi wo ha ye sabi ye clitoris no ye nerve endings intim bebre na be gada ho it is a sensitive area moja koni pedia mu ye pe that area no so you very sensitive the little touch and cuddling no na chese process no start into libido ana wa hu kan no so wo form a pa chom penebre na circulation another thing adrenal so lack blood supply into the storage function of the brain no be a problem it means to mean vascular dementia chese obetime di this ya na no refi obetime kitanical key na ogusu hwehwe baby ani kake no wo obetumi akasa okọ washroom zero si hopa na afi oye course ebisa so obi ntoti euro abonten fama no ne refi no ho waye assignment na wie wa submit na ne yem hwehwe no se onye na assignment no so no na SS person wa de submit here we nyina no eyo hawa any pressure etimi de to nipedia no so cramps extra cramps chese yeta fan muscle pull no obo won se wudi agro wo ya activity na wo muscles no atwe na wo so ba komie no ebi kra ho etimi twe to the stairs want na sia na oye na problem because unya good blood circulation constipation ayem timbebre me pa show enye ni nyina na ye bread na wudi no enye ni nyina na ye ediane na wudi asu a wo no no ebi wo ho na unya poor blood circulation intino intestines ne de kan no entimi nya moja ye one break it down it and any year and farm mouth until now I say ayedin every amount. These are some of the major signs it's made the better pediano.
Nice one. And in Bibisa no ye pemunche mu pa ne adesuane and ho checkups pa dia see for see necessary ba. Mo emphasis here.
Yes, senior bad the other massive for see all over Ghana and to some extent some parts of Europe. Na Ghana had the patch or Cape Coast Green Hill opposite Addison Square Garden yewo aguna odobeso brand kese pa ho Kumase ejoso kwamo Jati Junction so yewo Accra so yewo Denta SDA Junction patch treatment plan no holistic say your baseline investigation if you shall command if you are joining mu if you retain mu should baby asemato area the natural homeopathic remedy e kenya your body no am a natural healing nankasa start kai see the draw one was so be abeja so friend Livotone e kenya obrebo no mabrebo no ne coordination ni akoma ejuma timi ye send you sini adwin ye ejuma so etimi ye send you sini produce and store more blood and circulation so ye improve no so ye Mausanka Livotone so hepatitis A B C D E fatty liver disease condition be a doctor had to the natural fanambe enough for senior income on a place you order for Livotone kai say within a class so free delivery no go so age my number no 050 00 40 331 050 00 40 331 and now 050 050 328 050 328. Yedala branch also offer plus 316 879 855 84 plus 316 879 855 84. C for C liver specialist hospital. Yeah, so bre boy ya won kwa kai na kai say your GN drone your treatment plan. It's in a DBA castle once treated, forever treated. Senior, I don't pay with that silver brain. No,
that's a doctor. And you know Eddie and Komono, and indeed we a health segment every single day on a Kessben Maakye so I don't know any doctor from C4C liver specialist hospital and you know Eddie and Komono sisia no na afi we no na afi twaso na afi head yako and in about 6 minutes into 8 a.m. so na me kan no no Ibidin Komono Bebre in Komono has to do with air petrol. Thankfully, and now me catch them was said by close of day yesterday. Buying at the air a more a home so never but to join indeed on my teteso to the extent that I have seen air transport sectors, you know, transport services for ni na no ajiatum says here their corner Esefata says omo ejai increment no person omo de to fares and also into know now we're not going to have any increment in lorry fares into know the window ana ye BSC ana ye de space we have shemu say atete so no say no encost rubium now no be me catch am say senke anye omampanyini and the two sana mona. I am sure today we should be buying a super bay 20 Ghana cedis per liter. But on my penny bear mono, any decision on a cabinet take that temporary decision to see say better take air taxes in Ibisuono, ama a nyama aba form kakra. So indeed, air transport sectors in Ina Aja to me say enyadia. Baby bisa don't know yebeko na fe yedi eno so ho enkomo ye pa. But I'm here with the issues of OSP. And I am saddened the way OSP has been treated so far. I mean, from day one, the OSP omemu hanomono. I have been saddened by the way and the level and manner politicians in this country because they needed to see something happen to that OSP office. Once upon a time, it was Martin Amidu who then came back and told us too many things when he was given that position. To the extent that calling former president the serpent of all corruption. The same person came back and told us that Enyema Enshadan Koye in terms of say ye man to me to me at the aye ejuma. Yokobaye keka wansemwa. I mean, we're saying and telling ourselves to say Ramatina Midu didn't want to fight on to me ejumano and onwa ejemu ono de toho. President then former still wanted to see corruption will be dealt with. Therefore, he insisted that yenjai your friend is saying OSP no ho na mum de besan fa obi fufro near the naba besiso. Ye didimu and your kofa openyi ebaye and ye don't know esisu so onye adwuma no se ne sene fata. Indeed, also ebaye no emrano yehihye ne pepepe Meka Act 959. Yehihye ne pepepe and ye demand say hwaso na fa ye adwuma no se ne fata ya ma office. And then the first time budget etimi manu sika, and I'm looking at almost about 158 million then I demand no so on fine adwuma when the MPP was in power. Koso me hu say papa no was starting adwuma ye or de mrano ye adwuma se fata. Little did we know, then somewhere December 2025 these same politicians SMB omano to see the office of the special prosecutor, and then penyine odano omo to omano esi ne so and they be hey left and right. And it was coming from the same politicians who told us they want to fight corruption in this country. It is the same politicians who opened their mouth to tell us, say, corruption is killing us and then we need to cure it because timemufoni ehu de moye sika muria sika eko sika obi fa ayenye ne hwe. We say OSP should come and deal with this matter independently, devoid of amount from ebe mu nyina. don't attorney general yen and minister of justice what the da a friend is on minor yen what the da no ye to mu say in as much as no what dear we should allow OSP to work. Esan say attorney general and minister of justice a political party being the yini penny and or the nakoshaho. The argument was that say ye the opinion party neji ni be shoho no mo a na dine so no one kasa be delay with no one nkrofo and it is fata say omo ye politically exposed any omo asebi omo ye enema nsem fata omo de Ghana mine taxes the nsem fata no we need to deal with data yen dealing with it separately and nothing ye na ye G2 mu say attorney general koso ye de wo ye na ye aban lawyer na papa isu nya ne de onya asem a ono aso betumi akọ court na wakọ prosecute na fe bibia tumi akọyie emra no sa ene kan ye one of the major objectives of the office was to investigate, prosecute and then specific cases alleged or suspected corruption and corruption related offenses emra no ene ekasa act 959. Then in December, to be specific, 4th December 2025, and he started 2 ya no AC papa iso. We had a yankasa ye speaker of parliament, Nidie Moa, Aban Bagbin, started here with the issue of scrap the OSP off because Yamani Sika, ye who the achievement to be as if that the minister in charge of attorney general and justice then and all the finances that they do ko ho nyina no o ma ye dwuma se ne fata ne tu ye ni si papa yi so come and see beatings upon beatings with mouth from politicians. We started dealing with OSP left, right, center. Abambagbe started 4th December 2025. The idea is scrap it off. Yempesi ebehumpo ne sanfan koma eye attorney general beyond the office. The same politicians who came telling us they want to fight corruption, they themselves came back to tell us we should scrap it. It is not doing its job, and that we should give it back to attorney general. Now, when the attorney general back, have you solved a problem? No, you did not, or you haven't solved any problem. You did more. The same December around that time, then we find Mama Yarega also coming in, majority leader, because Yachima Tempegu. So then what? We should scrap it. It is not working. Then the same MPs, and I will be specific, MP for Mensia, even Onukrabekebi in parliament, saying say your mom 150 million. And they are not doing what is supposed to be done, so they should scrap OSP off. The same MPP, you change Cecilia, you start to call Moso Kakra, you say Papa no, any OSP Nakasa, and Juma. Today, Solomon Owusu will come and sit here. Solomon Owusu on TV3 said he doesn't even see the essence of OSP and that they should scrap it off. That is what he said. Now for yemfa sika budget in the no yemfa sanko back to attorney general. Reasons because ontumi fa kenoforiata amba, and because of kenoforiata mogu papa ye ni mase back to back because you see ontumi nya adwuma on function ye, so we should scrap it off. The same politicians the same politicians. Then you have Michael Kwe, former speaker of parliament, also coming in to say the same thing, that we should scrap it off. 4th December. December was good for OSP because it was back to back. The same man went to court telling you his frustrations that is happening to him at our court. Judges are not helping. And the man we were watching him, telling him he's not working. The only person who spoke very well Ghana was now or is the president of this country, and I'll play you the tapes. And today, the same politicians, when you have taken somebody to court to scrap off the prosecutorial obligation, part and parcel of the objectives, that he needs authorization from Attorney General's office before he works. You scrap it out of him. One leg is off. One major pillar is off. Now the same politicians come back again to come and tell us that government is not prepared to fight corruption. Now telling us that there are too many issues surrounding the Attorney General. Yes, and say or on crowd person see or cover we say in some people too many reasons are being given. Today, the same politicians are back telling Ghanaians Timemufo say aban we person obeku corruption. And no waji that major position now. And as that major essence na kan OSP no watie fi ho because on person obeku corruption. The same politicians are mentioning it. The same politicians are now back. What hypocrisy are we having in this country? What kind of hypocrisy is this? Now I'm going to start playing you the tapes. You better call back. I'm playing you back these tapes. Let's listen to Ora Aban Bagben. What he said about OSP, the office in itself, and then we'll come back and listen to the others. Yanko.
For the law you passed on the establishment of the office of the special prosecutor, I did tell you that it was an act in futility. You were not going to achieve anything from that, but you went ahead to pass it. I disagreed with you, but I was alone. But I'm very clear in my mind that that authority is embedded in the powers of the Attorney General, constitutionally. Who delegated to who? No, but that is not what you put in the act. What you just need to do is to fund the office of the Attorney General well and remove the Minister of Justice. You separate the two. Minister of Justice is a political appointee. The Attorney General is a technical person, and he only is ranked in conditions of service to that of a Minister of State. It doesn't mean.
Okay, so 18 minutes into A8. This is what a Speaker of Parliament said sometime back about the OSP's office. Say Enokano. And indeed, we're laughing and talking about it in Parliament, making it look like, yes, indeed, Adio Mampenyi Dada Ekan se Obeyeno, and also Oyeyeno, it is of no use to this country. The same politicians. Now listen to what Mahama Yarega also said when Martin Pegbu was arrested. Listen to what Mahama Yarega said about the office of the OSP.
Speaker, the office has been in existence for how many years now? Close to 8 years. Tell me what is really the achievement of that office. I believe that it is high time that this Parliament reconsiders its decision to approve the establishment of the Office of Special Prosecutor. I think that we should abolish it.
Sawate, he thinks that we should abolish it, and then they are looking at the achievement of the office of OSP as if we say OSP ba yenano and near me no as I said 2-3 days near yewi. If indeed, if it is so, then what has stopped now Attorney General and Minister of Justice to prosecute the oral? What has stopped the Attorney General to prosecute and end some of the cases? Now, which one has he ended? What achievement? 1.5 solid years. Which achievement has the Attorney General achieved in all the things that he has done? What achievement? So we're talking about achievement. Oral report in done now. Today, Domlevu is telling us they are not even speeding up. So then immediately we should have then called off or the sack of the Chief Justice. Sorry, the Attorney General. Then we should have sacked the Attorney General. Because indeed, 1.5 solid years. Baby, food one for him from saying, Richard. Papa Mokofan here say or to watches ne one food for omo save food papa ya no wo hwe Hannah will say one papa die. You understand? Hannah die any one maka nyina. Where are all those cases? Hanan, sorry. Where are all those cases? Where has it ended? Where is the achievement? Buffer stock. Thank you. Today we are here. The same politicians coming back to tell us, say, Abanyo Tiswe, after there you prostitute by one prosecutorial chain, your friends and the office. But indeed, if you take it off and you say you should take authorization from the Attorney General, then what makes the name Office of the Special Prosecutor? The name is Office of the Special Prosecutor. That is the name. The name is Office of the Special Prosecutor and not Office of the what? When you prosecute an nephew on your day. Until now the same politicians are back to tell us. I mean, this government doesn't want to fight your friends of corruption. Now the same MPP people who fought the same very people are now back again because it's political time, and then they are back again to tell us what? Maybe Honorable Eunice Afusenia, I will come back to what the president said when it comes to the ASP. Now, me call Ahumano so na me ne the Honorable Eunice Afuseni, former MP for Tamale Central, who was also the ranking member of the Constitutional and Legal Parliamentary Affairs. And indeed, it was his era that the drafting of these office of the special prosecutor, came in and all that. Good morning, sir, and welcome and joining us on Kessben 92.9 and then Kessben TV. Let me start with you on this note. Take us from the day it was brought to your table as in committee to deal with the office of the special prosecutor. Was it then with your committee saw it necessary for us to have it in the first place?
I think let's say it this way. So the country, Ghana, had come to the understanding that corruption was eating up public resources in ways that deprived governments of the needed resources to be able to affect the lives of the people of this country in any meaningful way. Corruption was on the ballot paper for the 2016 elections. The NDC suggested how it deal with the issue of corruption. The MPP suggested how it would deal with the issue of corruption. Whereas the NDC said the issue will be dealt with by establishing a specialized office within the Attorney General's office to deal with the issues of corruption. The MPP said it will establish an independent prosecutor, office of an independent prosecutor to deal with that. And that was captured in the MPP manifesto. MPP won election 2016. So somewhere in June, July 2017, MPP introduced a bill in Parliament to create or establish the office of the Special Prosecutor. Now, so you will see a marked movement shift. Now, MPP had promised an independent Special Prosecutor, but during the drafting of the bill, and stakeholder engagement, I think it came to light that Article 88 of the Constitution will stand in the way of creating an independent prosecutor.
Okay.
So that was how the name changed from independent to special prosecutor.
Very well.
Now, when the bill came before us, during the second reading, which took place around the 27th of October 2017, the minister gave policy reasons why we needed that office. And members of parliament, my chairman Ben Abdullah Banda, supported the minister. I supported the minister and drew attention to some provisions in the constitution, and the law that appeared to pose a challenge.
Okay.
My brother and current Attorney General Dominic Akutinga Ayine supported the bill, but drew attention. In fact, he used a figurative statement. He told the minister, Gloria Kufu, that you can drive a truckload of constitutional issues through the bill. So we knew, but unanimously we agreed that the minister had said they were going to break the monopoly of prosecution by the Attorney General. So if we go and take the Hansard of 27th October 2017, you will see that we were unanimous in saying that that cannot be done. You can't break that monopoly. And you will see that during the stakeholder engagement and during the discussion on the bill at the committee, we were alive to our responsibility to create a bill that will be consistent with the Constitution. So when you get the bill, the first indication that we knew of the obstacles that we had to circumvent, you see it in the long title of the bill.
Okay.
You will see it in the long title. If you read the long title carefully, you will see that the special prosecutor can only prosecute under the authority of the Attorney General.
Under the authority of the Attorney General?
Yes.
Okay, so what I have in front of me, Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 9.
So read the long title for your listeners.
Okay, good. And then I see the objectives of the office and say
No. The long title is Military Office of the Special Prosecutor. Then you see an Act 2. That is the long title.
Yes. 2017, Act 9.5. And then one of the things that I see, the objective of the office.
No, don't go to the objective.
I should go to that one.
Immediately you see the Act, the Special Prosecutor Act, Act 959.
Yes.
You will see another sentence, an Act to establish. That's a long title. That's what we call long title.
Oh, okay. I get you. Okay.
Read that one. If you have it, read it.
I don't have it on this one. I'll get it, and then once you go on, I'll read it. But clearly, let me ask this one. Now, you did say that the monopoly of the Attorney General cannot be broken.
The monopoly of prosecution
of the Attorney General cannot be broken.
Yes.
Can you explain further?
When you want to break the monopoly of the Attorney General, it means that you want to take part of the powers of the Attorney General away from him and give to another institution. Okay? You can't do that by an act of parliament.
Okay.
You can't do that. You can only do that by constitutional amendment. That is why the Constitution Review Committee has proposed an amendment. So if the amendment of the Constitution Review Committee is carried, it will break the monopoly.
Now, I don't know whether around that time or probably to date, what was given to the ordinary Ghanaian was the fact that the Attorney General, who is appointed by a government who is in power, might not have what it takes to even prosecute their own. Therefore, there was a reason to see us have independent or special.
That is the mischief. So let me, now that we have said that, or if you get the title and read the long title, I wanted you to have the long title, read it, then read section 4.2, and you can put the discussion in context.
Okay, so this is what I see here. It says an act to establish the office of the special prosecutor is a specialized agency.
Yes. Specialized agency. Yes.
To investigate specific cases. Of alleged or suspected corruption and corruption-related offences. Yes, involving public officers and politically exposed persons in the performance of their functions, as well as persons in the private sector. Yes, involved in the commission of alleged or suspected corruption and corruption-related offences. Prosecute these offences. Yes, on the authority of the Attorney General and provide for related matters.
So, on the authority of the Attorney General.
As in the authorization.
On the authority, you can only do that. So that doesn't break the monopoly.
Okay.
That recognizes the authority of the Attorney General. The long title of the Act recognizes the authority of the Attorney General. Read 4.2.
I will get that one. Very interesting. So clearly, it is nothing different from what we are seeing now. Probably what we heard since yesterday. That
yes.
Okay.
So read 4.2. When you find 4.2, read it, and I will make the connection for you to see.
Okay. But I have to go 3.4.2.
Now,
okay.
No, section 4.
Section 4. Okay. I will get it.
Subject to clause 4 of Article 88. That's how it starts.
Oh, okay. I will get it and then I'll read it whilst we.
No, so,
but you were explaining.
So when we realize, so I agree with you when your preliminary earlier statement that there was a general feeling that the Attorney General would not prosecute his own.
Exactly.
And so, if you are establishing a specialized office, the form, structure, and responsiveness of the office to fighting corruption must be different, must be novel. So, you are establishing a specialized agency. An agency of the Attorney General's office. An agency, that's why it's a specialized agency. So what do? You don't want that, that specialized agency is to prosecute under the authority of the Attorney General. But you don't want the Attorney General to influence the selection of cases.
Okay.
You don't want political interference. So what do? You take steps to insulate that office against political interference and manipulation by the Attorney General. And how can you do that? You have to clothe that office with operational independence.
Okay.
It's a specialized office. You want it to do some work which the Attorney General's office cannot do because of political interference and because the Attorney General himself has displayed over the years an incapacity to prosecute his own. So now you want an office which will have the temerity to prosecute. And it's going to be a specialized agency of the Attorney General's office. In fact, the Attorney General is the one who nominates him for approval. Who nominates him to the President. Okay. So it's an officer of the Attorney General, but you don't want the Attorney General to have influence over him. What do? So you insulate that office. Say, okay, after he's been appointed, if he's taking the case, no Attorney General can also don't take the case. So that's operational independence. Okay, so you give him institutional independence. Even though it's a specialized agency, that agency is independent, determines how it wants to recruit, determines how it wants to function, determines by itself. Nobody can determine that for that office. So that is institutional independence. Okay. Then you have financial independence. It's a specialized agency, so it's an agency of the Attorney General. But it's money. Attorney General cannot determine how he spends his money. When the budget is approved, it has to enter the GISMIC system itself and spend its money. So you will see that the structure, the form, and responsiveness is different. Do you get it?
I get it now.
Good.
Okay, so my next question is this. Now, you've given me how the structure should work. institutional independence, he has it. And then, independence. Yes, financial independence, he has it.
And financial independence.
Good. Now, my question comes in with the prosecution versus the influence of the same Attorney General. So here's the case, for instance, independent as OSPS says that I have investigated Kojo Preko Dankwah, who is a politically exposed person. Then I need to further his case. I mean, for us to take him to court.
So I'm furthering his case.
Yes, I'm furthering his case to the court. Yes. But I need that authorization, or probably because I'm an agency, I need to then connect with the mother as in the Attorney General's office. So how are we so sure that when I get there, I am still not going to get the influence of the one who was appointed by the government? If I'm politically exposed, then probably I am seeing.
That's a very good question. So that comes to the exercise of discretion of the Attorney General. And that's why I was asking you to read section 4.2. Have you got a complete act before you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a complete act before you?
Not true, yeah.
The section 4.2 says that the Attorney General shall give the special prosecutor the power to prosecute.
Okay.
Shall is mandatory. He has no discretion in the matter.
Okay.
So, therefore, because we want all those, guarantees that the office is independent of the Attorney General's office in operation, in institution, in financial, we want the structure, form, and the responsibility to be different. The Attorney General he has discretion to give or not to give a fiat is taken away. You have no discretion. Give that Attorney General, give the special prosecutor a fiat to prosecute.
Now, there's this argument here too that, for instance, the workload on the Attorney General, he hasn't seen himself, or probably these cases have not seen end game of some of these things. I mean, the pressure of political things that came in the oral and other matters that are being dealt with currently and all that. Then we're saying that, okay, now we are bringing our attention to what the entitled says. Are we now still saying that we not giving too much workload to the Attorney General's office on all these matters?
Well, even now we're not talking about workload. Are we talking about workload? We are now, the discussion really is whether the Special Prosecutor's Office, created in 2017, is relevant. Is it doing the work for which it said it was established to do? Do we want our Special Prosecutor to still be independent in the terms that we thought about it? Okay? This is the question. How for the Attorney General? The Attorney General has been there since Ghana became independent. No?
Sure.
So whether he's been doing his work or not doing his work, that's another conversation for another day.
Well, the arguments that people started making right after the court gave the verdict that can this government see to an end in dealing with corruption now that they are coming in with this, or these things are coming in and all that, would they have what it takes to fight corruption?
Oh, that one I cannot answer for government. What I can say is that I just hope that the Supreme Court will work expeditiously to determine this matter that is before it, and so that we will bring some finality to this matter, so that the Special Prosecutor can work. That's what I can say. But other government can deal with it or not, that one I cannot say it now.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Honorable, for talking to us on Kessben 92.9 and Kessben 92.9 and Kessben TV. Yet I say, your name, Honorable Fuseni Enedin, former MP for Tamale Central and official member of the Constitutional and Legal Parliamentary Affairs, then former Norcaho. They were part and parcel of the draft of the law now, a Special Prosecutor Office, so independent versus special. Prosecution versus talk to us first, agency versus connect to us authorization, and all that. But President says something about the OSP office when that argument started once upon a time again, where scrap or no scrap, take it off, no take it off, and all that. This is what the president said.
I think it's premature to call for the closure of that office. The unique thing about that office is it is the only anti-corruption agency that has prosecutorial powers to be able to prosecute themselves without going through the Attorney General. And so people had mistrust with the Attorney General because the Attorney General normally is a member of government and is a minister of state. And so they believe that the Attorney General will be very reluctant to prosecute his own. But if there's an independent office like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, it won't matter who you are. So I think we should give them a little time. You know, of course, people want to see, you know, more prosecutions and more results. And so I'll just urge the OSP to speed up, you know, some of these investigations and, you know, show people that the office...
Okay, so this is what the president said. And that's the same question that I asked Honorable Fuseni. That one, I'm going to country, say, because Attorney General cannot prosecute his own. And therefore, say, when independent upon the another special prosecutor there, which my destiny dear fata. Now we are coming back to square one to tell us we should read the entitled that speaks to it. Menko na meniziga and twaso ewa hodom. What text message na for WhatsApp message na making kind na ama ewa hanam filler from Lower Menya Crobosis. The NDC led by His Excellency John Dramani is focused on protecting the public purse and almost all the major sectors in Ghana economy heading towards a positive direction. Also need to buy and making kind of teacher Bonti Bosheba Martin na for comment Samundi Nina making kama menko ziga homba na fi for entrance already seated Minia Bema Godwin Mahama Ayaba Corporate Affairs officer Wato and officer your government spokesperson of Mayor the NDC on also attendance between while Mohammed and Afe so Solomon Owusu nominal attendance and Afe for discussions no and just but for now there men call Ayezika Honafe member back here and I share discussions no I say Zika Maakye Bibia Boko there
yeah Bibia Boko boss I asemi abai enra wo share uku social media mehu NDC sympathizers Nibia no say the president should call the Attorney General to order. I can show you some videos. Yes. On call it on Saki Ura Ayini.
Me videos Nibia.
Yeah, you have seen some of the videos. Yes, okay, that's fine. You see, Oko Parliament. So about 98.5% of parliamentary business bind there. It is a government. We will dig Ghana Constitution. Article 179 ayede ka budget ho asem. What kanya o kire we say budget bi e beya o Ghana bind there a president ne dia. So the president should go to parliament to present budget. Eti budget bi a president dia. But the finance minister will read it on behalf of the president. Adi bia ebesi wa abamu bia the president is aware. Forget about this thing that you played, scrapping of the office of the special prosecutor, scrapping it. He said that he was not talking about the removal or disabling the office of the special prosecutor, but he said that we wouldn't scrap it. It didn't make sense to scrap the office of the special prosecutor. There's a two difference. Now listen. Let the lawyers talk about their legalities. Let them talk about their technicalities and everything. I don't see in that way. The American what I say. Man, I don't see in that way. Oh, the prosecutorial power has been taken from the office of the special prosecutor. But obetime a prosecutioner needs to consult the Attorney General. You understand? That is how it means. Oh, the Supreme Court, Assembly was Supreme Court, Adaniyama Supreme Court, Wuli, Ledianana High Court. No, let them talk about their legalities and technicalities. What is happening if you understand the optic, the architecture of our politics? This is common. This got to do with trust, comfortability, and politics. Jamaican what I say? I trust, comfortability, and politics. Now let's start the journey. Just 2 minutes journey. Madam Charlotte say, are you with me? Madam Charlotte say.
Yeah, me too, pa.
You remove Madam Charlotte say no. A concern workers of electoral commission and a petition, Madam Charlotte say, and a cover that procurement breaches the buy. A could have saved Madam Charlotte say. Because that procurement whatever no, could be rectified at that time. Obianu bet me a catch me say Nana Dankwah Kufuor didn't have imprint in removal of Madam Charlotte say. And a comfortability, trust, because baby I know ni mani free no on the ban any 2016 elections no say my minute tell no or be create problem for him in 2020 elections. President Kufuor came to jail Tatuchi Kata Agbodepe Victor Solomon ye friend say omo maka Kwampe Pramu omo maka. President Mills wanted to replicate it. He fought Rakupre Bobe Tazan, including Oneyi no of Kojo Preko Asamoah Boateng and a wife. Akwesi said they went to court and they were not able to jail. Then the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, in the person of Honorable Kwabena Eji, Ebabonti Beka say, there are so many ways to kill a cat because the bench has been packed with your friend say NPP judges. The reason why Muntimi and Jelly your friend say NPP for no. The day President Mahama say, NPP for packed the bench with NPP judges. That was the day I realized that the Chief Justice will go. It's about comfortability. I want to do what President Mills wanted to do. Some people were shielded. So comfortability, I want to prove that I'm fighting corruption. There's no way I'm Madam Toko no better. Listen to me. If you don't understand what is happening, stop talking about legalities and technicalities. What Owura Kiseh Jabin has demonstrated. The American writer say, Abambia no Obama Kiseh Jabin at now. Share Abambia pick information. How Owura Kiseh Jabin was appointed. How Owura Kiseh Jabin was appointed. The people who are deeply involved are the appointed Owura Kiseh Jabin. And no sound confirm what you are because Oman and wish and farmer. You think the NDC they don't pick information? You think the NDC they don't pick information? Even the people that brought you are doing this to them. So they should allow you to sit there to collapse our government. I'm telling you. And also issue a lot of issues are starting back. Now we be take you by surprise, even your own people. I'm not holding breath for Kenoforata. Kenoforata was deeply involved in appointment of Kiseh Jabin Obia Paoko investigating. Kenoforata, what can one appointed Kiseh Jabin? But the whole power went Bedwadia Papano. So listen, NDC they have been charitable to Kiseh Jabin.
Right.
Abambien one more better Obian wo beka say ye fa ne say kofa etuo papa de bobby Obian wo better ha yes wan kra ne huyie.
All right.
Me kwaje to media free ne sam I want to mean your prosecution. You say I'm thinking about the people that he prosecuted.
Yeah.
Without the sanction of Attorney General. You understand? So that is that. And two, Papa who defended the baby who defended the baby Kiseh Jabin, Obeda will defend. They said they are not Papa Yike. They said they are honorable Mama Yariga kind of parliament. Was see that office I'm not saying that we should scrap it, but it's justifying that office, what have we gotten from it? To say Jabembe country say ever since you appointed him, Ora Kislinia could case no, yes, we Jessica, a just by election, where you brown envelope, camera chin, or you writing, as some that could say.
Okay.
You know bad junior one zam.
Yeah.
I copy to me, or copy a parliamentary seat. I will address at your Dumas NDC primaries. Okoko yi sika kotu sika guya na when you write in on sasa na kwesi say the preliminary investigation we ya na wo dia ba betuga we preliminary investigation and sana ko website am who say sign some way say no e qualify e follow within your mandate abetimi adisasa no it is asa the preliminary investigation the kwesi say ya exonerate omo anase ya exonerate omo up to the yenim.
All right.
It's a bad being no better make you say Jabiatra. Where are your comfortability? Mental matter your party, the people that appointed you, you are doing them this. Mental about Debbie they take me by surprise.
Right.
That is that.
But I say Ziga any attending can I mean court now for Yindi and come on 51 minutes into your 8 a.m. in Kingdom Medical Center and as a hospital for Indi and Komo nurses for no atnas Indi Komo na fe yen twaso. Bibi abako there. Bibia fine. Nice. So how Bibia come out?
Sa pepe. Edda form boko.
Hospital ko ye.
Pepe.
Okay. But come on. Your boy Kingdom Medical Center. Hwamo then amoye.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Answer na ibedi kan asem we no. Ye din chia Kessben if Great Kingdom Medical Center. Edinburgh Kessben ebusiafo ene na etiefo no wadofo nyina. Esane say abribia no edu Thursday ne betina kasafidie so a wojeyen na etiefo na hwefo nso bomodi ahwe yen ekire odosonko. Enti no ye damase. Ende de yen sheda mbo hospital no ho nkomo bebre esane say.
Okay.
Ye din semde bebre ena eba on the 30th March ya etwem ya the free screening ebre Ghana man na ye case subio say coming Monday ye da which is 20th April ya no ye de me can say quadruplet esa ne say nke your ba ena wa fra inka straight for esa ne say ya keka bomu 4 ni nyina na ye no one day no ye den ye ba be ye di kan ye free prostate screening. Debi ayeba mmarima ne frepo o se mo de mo ba mo nka ye nde no mo jan ye fimu ye fimu na ye di arawa se debi amia ne nkwa na edi akoni aba etie fam ye mmarima ye resimu se enda no fe Great Kingdom Medical Center every year free prostate screening.
Okay.
O yo barima nkwa dia wo prostate.
Wow. Yes, obviously.
O yo barima nkwa dia wo prostate da ho. Na prostate ne hwa edi juma bebre. Ti se wo prostate hu tochima pe anya na awomu nsem de ayeden akofa aba. Inti say your bema wo prostate nkwade nche ndi 40 years nche ndi 50 60 and sana wakosha wo prostate anhoden inti bomodi abra Great Kingdom coming Monday year 20th April ya bana be share den wo prostate ore banso kan hu say ye wo urologist owo wa oba be show ore be gibre atsena se ejegwa na onsem biara no wo de to nanim a washa ma enenye say eye free screening Monday ni nkwanti no owie pe na osori akofie debi from Monday na kwa ena hospital no senya de ebegu anameboa enguda inta abribi abetutu anam abo bia no oba beto no na wahye pepepe enso ye ni nso fi ho a ye free scan any scan bia say your abdomen apese wo betwa say den scan bia so pese wo detect say womb net den when your fibroid when your appendicitis condition biara ye de scan e detect bomodi atutu anam bra Great Kingdom Medical Center 20th April na bra na behye e bia na obi receive form and na say ne time aso so sorry fi TV nedim into no me the numbers no ebetudwa na answer numbers me ba ma what ya say Great Kingdom e wo ekropon akwapem opposite the Kingdom Home Real Estate and I catch papa driver na direction bia ofe bebia catch driver ni say onsi wo new court na ye bie no and as ofen ka say osi wo opeja wutipe won say Great Kingdom abron sign e wo ho fefefe na numbers no enso ye 053 084 8502 053 084 8502 and I say 059 372 2619 059 372 2619 and I'll bet me so after 054 264 9696 054 264 9696.
Nice one. What do you back home?
What do you back home?
Nenti well.
Nyame se me de back home and say, my sister Kasano can say, yes, can ye free screening no. Egumu puchu.
Yeah.
Puchu ne egumu no. Yes, also ye dental and eye screening account.
Okay.
Dental and eye screening last month the other day ye eye nko but sesiano ye the dental about the account.
Okay.
And when enya say wo ba ababehwa wo sen no keke na wako. Obesan kwa agi eduro.
Wow.
He be ma we eduro. Obeto eduro like obe hono ma. Wo ma enko free o ma metina homo ma ye enko nkwohwe keke na wo nko. Ye do be hye afidi ase. Ye do be hye afidi ase x-ray machine, dental x-ray machine e wo homo. A obe hye ase ansa na dentist no detect bacteria na ha wose no na wa hye na wa ye de ama won san so enko keke won san so enko a won hye wani obi wo hono ma okura 2 o se na me ba mbahwe mani asa ahwe me sen ye wo bere ema obia ye be hye ani na ya hye sen ye nhye mbom uwie ba ko a na wakọ ba ko uwie ani na obekọ esen uwie esen na obeba ani eno no so anya me na behwe ama specialist ewo homa obehye ama wo me ye specialist ye wo dental specialist ewo honom ye wo eye specialist ewo hom omo ba 30th de dey omo te ase na omo nim ha wa ekoye we so de packages ne do so bebre o ba na se o ye ba akofo o pese o hwe wo prostate ye betumi ahwe wo prostate ama o pese wo hwe wo sen ye be hwe wo sen ama o hwe wo ani ye be hwe wo ani o pese wo ncha scan nso a ye be twa scan bi a pese wo ncha bia se wonyim se wonyim onipa bia de ntina se enkasa pese won yare ansa na wa ye checkups e wo se won ba na be hwe wo sen won be hwe wani won ba na be twa scan emerema nso ye koso bom nka ye se mo fa sa akonya we so na bra be hwe wo prostate no be hwe wo sperms na ahoodi na ewo mu no na wetumi ama ye oba ewo fie wetumi ama maame oba ewo fie na bibia ayoboko.
Okay. Yara se yebe papa ehunya. Somebody number sin bi na fe me ni nua be ma onrani ni na po maye na.
Okay.
On kasa na be ha me pa. Into the bobo numbers in my na fe.
All right.
Onrani happening na maye.
Okay. See publisher numbers ni bio 054 264 9696 054 264 9696 and that's 059 372 2619 059 372 2619 and 053 084 8502 053 084 8502.
Okay. 2 minutes na kano. Chairman for me bibia mame.
Boss.
Na dey. One kasa dey say I didn't give
boss.
Today 2 minutes na kan dey
boss dey say na maya na kan. Screening na ekoso no. Means o ma bobo doctors ekoku down no a.
Bobo mame.
Eba screening na ba be screening na. Enye doctors ketwa. Ye wo Dr. Kofi Tewia Mensa.
Sharp.
Or a urologist our Great Kingdom Medical Center.
Nice one.
Oba no no be screening papa bi. And you Dr. Evans Esiedu Sefa. One is a plastic and reconstruction surgeon or a acting medical director of Great Kingdom.
Wow.
It's doctors are your kingdom there.
Wow.
A chair you.
Wow.
And you sound Dr. Vestine Irakozi. One who's international. One way dentist.
What you causing now?
Hey, why dentist are more senior dear no. It's your tune said your friend will be a senior me ya domoa. Said your yakan will be amra. Na yamfa free eye dental and portrait screening no eshisha so and from my etiefo. Na doc boss and no Mr. Amount from pharmacy ho.
Okay.
Amount for complaining koko no papa. No mubusa msena kwasi apia baby aya na Kingdom Caucasus na nka ho asem. Na mso yo de bi minim se Kingdom Caucasus na de munim dada. It will be a koko tete no. Koko ne tumi firi wani, tumi firi waso, otokura bi to be free ni ade. Bu ana no na mani nyine guo. No Kingdom Caucasus na mayen. Uwie pe no waje ginseng power no a ene mi di bia ma boss a wodi ho ada. Se boss efie ye.
Another.
Bibi ai come
another. Nice one.
Nice one. It's a Kingdom ginseng power capsule.
Straight.
Womo nye mema no. Womo nom na mmoa womo. Ensisi womo postrate no so
ka last two.
aka last two on
aka tablet ni last
aka tablet ni two on ene nyame admo cham be share office na afi wato so say patro Kingdom garlic capsules and bitters ne de said the aka no ye ni first herbal center ye de garlic eye aduro kane e wo man konkro Ghana mu ye wie ye na manfo di akire enti anope e bia na immune system ye weak o ya na wo yade de bia wo so wo yade na wo yade krom ha intu betuma ya adwumani o wie ye be yi wadi no Kingdom garlic bitters Kingdom garlic capsules ne mame maka kire wo say ye no onom capsules say capsules onum bitters and so bitters enti wonom no na esiesie na ma ho ayefe na ete cholesterol so o pressure so boss me say na say pressure ku amanfo kroma enya de ketwa na pressure ne de tie ne say na ehu kire say ebu okura no unhu 7 things no wonhunu say bibi say na ya minti bia manya high blood pressure ana bibi atesa ubetumi ya ne nam waye krikre true milk didia ye bibia dako tim we trash ye be kwa check no na ne BP na wosoro me pacho woni mo bi o BP a wo de fedro ye Kingdom garlic bitters ana Kingdom garlic capsules man no no e be boa na ma ne nyina atumi akoye boss me da say am for Great Kingdom na wo meja resa papa ho no mo na screening so won form hu nsem ti ne we ye fa last na man to jana
Bidi to jano na me ka share say seize the opportunity we na ba na ba hwe say ne wo mpomute and now you obi say sonographer and answer you obi a utumi twa ultrasound scan wako school aginem de wo certificate onso betumi afa number yi ebi numbers no 054 264 9696 054 264 9696 and as 059 372 2619 059 372 2619 and answer 053 084 8502 053 084 8502.
Okay. That's a Great Kingdom Medical Center in no more AD and common 2 minutes into a 9 a.m. Make a choice say yom herbal lotion, say make a choice rheumatism pains and obviously pains from stroke, sciatica pains, stomach cramps, and obviously inflammation in the body, pain through injury and obviously a tissue damage. Nina ope a yom herbal lotion, even not what they prepare, what they chuchu sorry, a backup. The here say or say fetuchi so na bibia to me akuye amount. Sebi over a problem with your muscle tension and facing overuse muscles in Yinano, who you sue a Jom herbal lotion. Jom herbal lotion. Ebe boy ye pa. Kwepebi nato nebitimi abwa efie. Any baby be a fetchichi. Sa ena etie with a fafe faswa. Ubon se peno ebe ko a embebi ukra. O pedudu etu. And I'll be a topan so dia. When a deals generation enterprise indi and comoy. Number wow ama also to me enye bi and also say obekoye pharmacist na vegetable shop will be across Ghana on sa ebeke bi from on 0244 30 295 024430 and I also 0302 945 146 0302 945 146. Yom herbal lotion for body and joint pains. Yom herbal lotion, life is possible. Samson America cho say eye che pam SMN cost one cancho and cow as to say entire no ogusu pam the young chap who pam for everybody sa and I'm a friend no the young chap called che pam or pam for everybody e wo eye omemu hanom de na kan hunu say na de pam ekoyie pa and into materials ne da ho and na say person no pam on star bia bia no okọ che pam obetumi apam ne nyina amaw che pam sa no ofe Chepam epamade, chepam ebuade, chepam eye ne nyina emawa. Dem bio na wo hia. Until wedding office wear and I feel so adoring need de keka wo nyina no so wo kwa eye ne bibi biara de a. Woni chepam endi enkomo na chepam betumi aboa pa. Wa wo shi market honom and wo friend no and the number is 020683778 020683778 na ni chepam endi enkomo. Friend kra na obeba no oba be susu se wunya ho enkonkon de chepam oye ni nyina mi ne services eye great pa. Samson America show say eye Kessben 92.9 FM ye ne eye Odonfo Herbal ye shia ewo ye Kaneshi market on the 24th of April day nim heya na ye no ababe ye adwuma sonko kra ye the health screening na face no eye Kessben 92.9 adwuma ye de eba ene ya agro ene de bibia ye bia wuti e bia no ye de ni na eba eye Kaneshi market and ntine ye ma me no ne papa no ma mo Kaneshi market mo hwe anim on the April of 24th ye ba anopa kosi anwumere 6 to to 6 yɛne mu ana wo ho yɛne ɛyɛ Odonfo Heba ɛna ɛba ɛno nti no kan ho na fato ɛyɛ wo date no so natural to ho say 24th de wo ne Kessben 92.9 FM ɛna ve so Odonfo Heba ɛna ehia ɛwɔ ho no screen no ɛbɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ho no nti wo ba obeto aduro nti no na wo kra kakra na wo de aba na aba beto aduro no se ne se ɛne se ne ɛfata ɛne nti ɛne ntem na fato ho no na prepare esan se 24th de yɛba no ne de ɛyɛ Reverend Afo ɛba esan se ɛbotu kosi 4 PM a Reverend Afo ebetena se na afi ode ready akasa aba enu nti ebesom erade ne yinaye ewo Kaneshi market ho a yebebo eye hallelujah o se yebebo ne yetu empaibo eguso me ye niam ne ye ton ne nyina no do selfo na kihye bia no enyina de nyina no Reverend Afo eno ebekeka ne nyina asiani na bibia etumi akoyewie so a na eye abrante na kasa so atena se meka Kessben Drive Mr Fox ebetena se na fe odede aka no so ahyehyɛ so mo Kessben Drive ne agye ni ne asaye pa ene ekofia ya adwemu nyina no to say yes ya pomuden ene bibia akoyie pepepepe amaye nti on the 24th of April ye ne eye Odonfo Heba ena eba eye Kaneshi market na fe ye no mo ene edinsa wo so wa pese oboa ene ya activations ya hyase nyina de friend numbers we na woni mpemfo edi nkomo na wo so emo apese oboa ene kwa apese oni ekọ nyina no na oni edi ho enkomo eno eye 0246 108665 0246 108665 na woni mpemfo edi nkomo afa eye we hu nyina memra na afi yembedi enkomo minia Godwin Mahama Ayaba Atenase Corporate Affairs Store officer of officer ewo hormona affairs government spokesperson of the NDC Atenase yenene enhyase na afi yendi nkomo ne enhwe de ekọ ene de ebenyina gori bibia bokọ de
kojo bibia bokọ na
edwuma mbokọ hu wache
yeah I only come as and when I'm being called
oh my dear no
Sir Richard I'm from here Mintimi mbo rimsa
dabi so wankasa wo ba
dabi ende mintimi cry akojo minti yawo even do cry ba a che no Kessben has become like a family
yes
so even from afar or behind the scene still na ye din komo ye hwe se bibi touch ma we try to come in akojo my main control producer say o share me bo say he was going to arrange between myself and Nanake.
Okay.
For us to have a conversation because me say Nanake time without number deliberately or try to smear the good work that Ewotema Oil Refinery.
Okay.
I thought Sanka as a citizen we would have a collective conversation on how our young own property, your Japade. Are within unknown government era for 8 years. For 8 years, there was never a flare at Tema Oil Refinery. Now, in less than 1 year under a new government, now you timia revamp the same company. Ama today, when you come to the refinery, every employee is very, very happier. Then I don't expect such a character of his going around to all radio stations and TV trying to smear the company. So Mesre producer
will fix it.
Because I want to actually understand what he's trying to achieve.
Okay.
Last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks, he offered me say on any group people saw moye press conference on the same subject matter on enama okay can. I don't know what happened at press conference, I'm muscle. But he has no case. Because Tor is functioning. 8 years, Tor never functioned under their era. Their best or the worst they can do is to praise John Dramani Mahama. Say, or Siadia or Yo, or Shebo in opposition. And when he came, in less than 8 years, he has been able to revamp Tor.
Okay.
But,
all right.
My uncle, say you call OSP as
okay, bet my OSP. MPP for press conference.
Yeah. Kojo?
Yes, sir.
OSP and Attorney General issue. Memma yemfano on a political line. We yemra and ebamra se unimu mremua enkrofo ebekika diombeka e dia confuse you. There is one man by name Peter Archibald Yard. Ono ena a send application they call the High Court against the office of the special prosecutor, or call on the basis of judicial review, specifically on an order of quo warranto. Yakase quo warranto a obi kako question baby attorney general enya ni tumi obi a OSP enya ni tumi fear odidi ni juma without the authorization of the attorney general. So he went on the basis of judicial review on quo warranto orders. You get the point? Because your constitution no emma a singular authority to prosecute for and on behalf of Ghana at the share attorney general answer article 88. In the year 2018 under the MPP they decided say ombe create an officer referring to OSP with the reasoning say OSP any that ahofamana or the prosecutor onwa ni own. But said the audi kan no. Emrani, even though they thought in their mind no mu yeno independent, said their OSP will not meddle with the work of the OSP. No. In the act establishing the OSP, which is Act 959, no, did not make the office of the OSP independent. Intina diana MPP for Ekawa Bontain about Jumedia OSP ni babedi as independent of the Attorney General. No? That wasn't what was captured in the act. Anameboa. So they lied to us as if said the establishment of the OSP Act was making the OSP distinct from the office of the Attorney General. But okay, kind Act now, that is not what it says. Act continuously use the word shall, mandatory, that OSP office the obey biano or seek an approval from the Attorney General. Anameboa.
Yes, I mean, when you read the entirety,
the entitled of the whole, the title accompanying the bill, and if you okay, section 4.2, aside that, Kojo, Andra, former Attorney General of the former Deputy Attorney General of the MPP, Honorable Benka, former MP for Tempani, he was part of those that tabled this act before Parliament, because no lawyer, government advisor, assistant advisor on legal issues. This is what he had to say after the High Court a ruling. Benka partly accept blame for lack of OSP authorization. When you tifiasem, or say, former Deputy Attorney General Joseph Benka has acknowledged to some extent that the OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, did not receive the necessary authorization from the Attorney General after its establishment, but argues that responsibility for activating the process also lie with the office itself. So, an MPP former Attorney General admits that SSA OSP edgy authorization if the Attorney General, but has refused to be taking that authorization from OSP. In other words, his actions and inactions frowns on Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. The citizen of Ghana, Peter Archibald Hyde, sought to do in the High Court, and they say, High Court and give a clarification to activities as I say OSP and whether obetimi are prosecuting cases without the authorization of the Attorney General. So with the order of quo warranto, he went to question the authorization of the office of the Attorney General. But this is the drift of it. OSP in the High Court had the opportunity to have exhibited to the court baby a onya ni tumi efia odidi ni juma without approval from the office of the Attorney General. So the refusal by OSP to justify the entire onje tumi emfi the Attorney General office, even though the act no mandating taking cue from Article 88, he couldn't justify. So the court had no option than to rule the way it ruled. Into way nenye constitutional interpretation. Matis and Crawford Eka say the High Court didn't have that authority, jurisdiction, to rule on the matter because it was a constitutional interpretation. But I can rate now, which I have the application here. I don't know whether you have seen the application.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me read just the first. Take notice that this honorable court shall be moved by Stanley Boykwe Esquire, counsel for and on behalf of the applicant herein, praying his honorable court for the following orders. 1. An order of quo warranto calling upon the respondent to show by what constitutional or statutory authority he initiates and conduct prosecution in the name of the Republic of Ghana without express authorization from the Attorney General. So it was an order of quo warranto. So number mechire baby onya ni tumi yeden efi. Nti se wo ho na wentimi an justify to the court. Baby a onya otumi efia. The court will question your authorization because Article 88 vests solely in the Attorney General the prosecutorial powers. Nti memma enyo obi say NDC is cooking something or person odiyi kisie jabin efio and as a person or the scrappy the office of the Attorney General. Earlier, Obo His Excellency John Dramani Mahama video, which he said it is too early. Send Kofobe call it for the removal or the scrap of the office of the OSP. The what can I say? Rather no yen shemukena. Because there is nothing wrong in establishing multiple agencies ABC to the prosecution of wrongdoings. There's nothing wrong with that. However, ultimately go beyond what the laws stipulate you to do. Into the NDC, ye ni any cooked agenda biya. Say ye person ye kisiye jabin fiyo. Neither do we also have any cooked agenda. Say ye person ye scrapping the office of the OSP. But the court sought to put the activities of OSP in the right perspective, in the purview of the act that establishes it. You got a point. It is say, yes, to say, in the current framework of the act, does not make the OSP independent. And now I can say, Kojo, there is an ongoing constitutional review. I haven't taken the time to read the constitutional provision that they are sought to alter or review. But in case say omon tachi 88 year, and as oma tachi a fine, but omon tachi ye, na as mind yesusu say, there is still the need to keep the office of the OSP and make it distinct from the office of the Attorney General. What it means is that, as I say, you have averted your mind to Article 88. Because any act or law that is inconsistent with the Constitution is null and void. Until we need to rather amend Article 88 if we still want to keep OSP's office and make it solely independent. Now, you can say these two institutions are independent and it should be a follow within their domain. Nobody should interfere with each other. But until then, Article 88 remains supreme. That is why all agencies are prosecute to be they prosecute for and on behalf of the Attorney General. It is a police crumple a prosecute. Yeah. Kojo, we are aware say the person who stands in the court on behalf of the police, is called the state attorney.
Yeah.
The state attorney. That means that or you're an officer of the Attorney General. You get the point? So for me, one more calling for the head of AG, Dr. Ayeni, to roll. Please, they should hasten slowly because emra.
Okay, so got the maybe same way. When I was talking to Aye Ora Fuseni, he did mention say, I mean, even that time, no more share drafting as Attorney General now was part of it.
Yes, sure.
Or raising red flag.
Yes.
About the same issues that will come up with Gloria Kufu then when this issue came up. Now, you've been in power for 1.5 years, or I should say 1.5 some months now, and all that. I don't know the way who omo taking that initiative from day one. Now what be another citizen comes in to do this, because again what it means is that you are creating a picture to the Ghanaian public. Say acquire to say two or person hear the right thing, person name. Meanwhile, explanation or the main should have been done from day one. Nanke yenyi na ya tiasie say agency. Ubeji authorization sebi Attorney General ansa na wa ye adwuma no. Then the question arises, like I asked Fuseni, then what will you do? Say my year God hu adwuma wie, I need authorization from you to do it, or politically exposed person. Ebia no NDC ni, ebia no MPP ni. So aban ne fa o. Then open mama say kwan say me fa ne nkwara.
So laudable question. A issue of what the government then as the reason on person they establish the OSP's office and the purpose and what is sought to achieve. Because it is going to be independent. The actually say year approval from Attorney General.
Yes.
2, and so say I can't deal with politically exposed persons. Yet, when the same government drafted the bill to Parliament, in the bill it was contrary to the narrative outside. So they misled all of us, especially when they take the pain to read the laws. But so what kind of this should not be new to you. Just that Nipana or Mani office no is following the narrative, it's not following the law. The reason is that follow the narrative, say you're independent.
Or you're independent.
And here Attorney General's approval.
Okay.
Yet black and white in the law, let's not say uhiamra.
Okay.
Prior approval.
Yes.
So this is just to put the matters in the right perspective. Now you will say, irrespective of how we want to raise the office of the OSP, it is an agency of the Attorney General. And as an agency under me, you can't be that powerful than me. Because the office of the Attorney General is a constitutional establishment. So you are aware. It is established by the 1992 Constitution. The office of the Attorney General. So you are aware.
Yeah, aware.
So the powers it exudes far outweighs agency ye be create. So kojo se obe kaya ye be retrospection. Emri no mo establish OSP's office. Yenum bebre ka say it is a duplication. And so long as the article 88 still stands, no matter how our person will establish your office, no. We said this, and there was another school of thought that was saying, say, Adentina yente office of the Attorney General from office of justice. Now Attorney General no yen dividing into two. Rather, instead of going to create a new agency.
Yeah.
After several years, we are back to the same issue. You see, so now the rationale is led by mischief, propaganda, attempt to take on your opponent. These are the issues that will arise. Because OSP's office, Kojo, I can tell you on authority that the MPP thought, say, prior to 2016, Omoka say, NDC for Bomani Chrono, John Mahama thought that would Dubai. Where I say, you know, they needed an agency, Aombe Yusu, as a tool and vehicle to come and confirm that narrative they did or said in opposition. And into no more establish you know, omoko fa yenwu nipa Martin Alamisi Benz Kaiser Amidu. Thinking say ombe yusu yenhu nipa against yen yes abobi bekawa efuntumem. Yet at the end they became very corrupt to the extent that Nana Dankwah Akufo-Addo was described as the mother serpent of corruption. Him enomu yi no enomu di kisie jabin ebaye. So Kojo, in short, abayne bota enti ode ti OSP no misled them into giving us two separate narratives where outside our quiet so you're independent. And so mona monkasa mukukuru kono eche onye independent. That is why I decided say mekain Penka, former deputy attorney general, in a comment because he was part of the legal advisors to Nana Dankwah Akufo-Addo's administration. So Nankasa I admit to say it is wrong say OSP be taking any prosecutorial action without prior approval from the attorney general's office. So obi bia yen say aban we pesi yi kisie jabin ye scrappy the office of the OSP bian is neither here nor there. This ruling is just to put the matters in the right perspective.
Okay.
Now obi bia aside kisie jabin after an tenure of office yaba appointing ababiano must know say uye agency under the OSP. And you need the prior approval until such a time Article 88 will be amended and given such powers to other institutions. AG remains the sole. Most of criminal cases, you see the Republic versus the Republic versus. Sometimes they will do it the AG versus because no NAA Ghana. Yen so prosecutor.
Okay.
Now upon the powers ni biama.
Okay.
Some individuals.
All right. Gordon, medasine in Chechema ode amayepa, but yeah, clear. I'll come back with a question of the issue of say politically exposed people, no na present person or tesono ye nuhunipa the edge for the whoever has been appointed by the party to bring that vigor, I mean, to work on that. So maybe also we are the MPP for press conference. So now teacher Bonti from Asante Achim of one says, "Good morning, Mr. Kojo Preko Dankwah. Our so-called politicians are problematic in the country called Ghana. Big ups to my lovely one Millicent and Chief Inspector Jones and his men at Ofuansi Police Station and on the Ebai." And this one says that. Good morning, Mr. Yes, MPP don't need to be given a platform anywhere because they failed. They are a failed political party in Ghana. Julius Agaho Obwatu Tutuka and I do with Ebaya Bosheba Amistis from Gosuzongo says, look at what President Mama is doing to teachers and cocoa farmers in the country. No salary for over 12 months and no money for the beans for the poor cocoa farmers. So it's a lesson to Ghanaians. The NDC party always like to win election and after they would dismantle every good things that are done by the MPP. Greetings to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia and then maybe Yakubu Kumsen, sorry, and then MPP National Women Organizer Hofo, and then Kojo Preko Dankwah or de Ebaye Enono. Then comments are Pillar 2 says that aka Baumia BD president voting for the NDC is a curse. No action. The Komkwa resetting pioneer. Let's vote them out for a better Ghana. Good to Haja Safia Muhammad, next MPP National Women Organizer. Hopeful in then Moses Abo, next Greater Accra Regional MPP Organizer. Hopeful on also ne de ode by Mamen Konafe. Yene midima for ND and Komo. Yene midima for we are will continue with the Minaphobia Boko there.
Nache ho ye na wo so e
erade adom kakra mi guso an kasa me ho ye pa nice yanko na minima fo papa ho ye
nyame adom doctor ho ye
baba nkran
o nyama akra nyame adom a o chena wo be wa akra
okay nice
but na de o nya adwuma wa akra
okay all right yanko
meda se mamemfa enche mu odin emfa fidikesie so emma opani kwankyerefo a ono da medimafo eba hospital ano Dr. Time da so ena afi Mrs. Time da so se ebra nyame na me tumi ne na ho odin so de ayarasa tumi ehye Dr. Nsano wodom so abone chiban ahwe se ayarasa opese wode ma o man Ghana ni wiase nyina no so no ebetimi akoso kama pa na emu adwumayefo a doctor for a nurse for obi biara o medimafo eba hospital a obo ase ayaresa ebekoso ade ama nipa biara obeba medimafo eba hospital no ewo monso ye na wonom ase nsanse wonom so ehwa aboa papa ama ayaresa nso tumi akoso ye ka medimafo eba hospital a medimafo eba hospital ya ayaresa bia ye den haban enubina enuan hono ene de ye adwuma ewo medimafo eba hospital nti meka na se eya bibidro ene ye ho adwuma na ya bibidro no ye de free tete no de no ana ye de aba enei sadie nimdie akonanim tie wose etimi ye adwuma no ye de aba sasa nsatwerosram kra kan se wosesa oman no nya nimdie a ye be nioma a eboro so ne konkan na tumi aboa mo oman no so tumi adie eno nti for now medimafo eba hospital ye nam scientific approach so na ye wura holistic approach mo na ye asaw yare enti scientifically ye behwehwe onipaduanum na ye wia ya dane nuane haban ahodo ne asone so na ye de asaw yare na mpempi ne na obi kase o ena misisi ya me ya mechibera mo mechikase etutume na ubeko baabi no kansa ne afa eduro dia man mpacho medimafo eba hospital ntisa ne tia na sesa wo ba medimafo eba hospital a ye hwehwe ni paduanum na ye hu ba bia problem or how no ansa na ye de eduro dia ma and ye de eduro ma won so a ye hwe se yare aba oni paduanum no ebere ben ene hwe ase edibe sen na nyarewa hodo ben ena atwe no de aba ba ka ono a obetena oni paduanum eho eno nti ye mo adura ye nim the quantity o se de ma wo na etimi esa yare enti na oba medimafo ba hospital ne ye kan kire wo se me ba cha nansa ye nansa na otwe bosome a bosome enti oba na ohun se ye medimafo ba hospital enti na oba ye but se enti ne se mpampi no ho ye nhwemo woni paduane mu wi a eya na on se nipa bia obeba yarasa bia no mi amete hai no sadie me cells when nipaduan be react to medication different from what wotie means no cells no be react to medication eno ntino se asumasi aba na 2 weeks e na 1 month e na anso na ho to na ebia wo de no 2 weeks ne be so ansa na ho ato ebetumi abase na komensa nso no ono no 2 weeks ne be so aboro ansa na ho ato no esan se sadie wo cells no be react to medication no a factor obi won so immune system no immune system no ye weak entimpempi no ya na wo se ya mo aduro ma immune system no ye strong na ya de aduro no di piso na tumi aboa asaw yare eno nti so aba medimafo eba hospital oba na wo expect say 3 days 1 month 1 week o beto na se yare na bra se ho enko okra pacho nyaare hyimu se medimafo eba hospital no aba no ho ebeto na ye opoko ase mayira kumase abu akwa atwuma go school junction na on the 20th of this month April year wo mu ye the newborn unborn baby ne ebawo no nyame adom on the 20th takwa enu nti me ka kira se wo takwa ene ne mpatemo takwa ade so takwa nsayem ana se empono o western region ankasa na oben takwa nyame adom on the 20th na obeba yarasa bia memman kran memma kumase bra takwa branch no ne yete ne se takwa na edikra ba so many times nipa bebere na dia danse sa mpa bra ba na omo ho atawo na se de musigi ye fel so ne hu se yaduro ene enoma services ahodo e de ba ho no eboa munti no yesia yarasa bia wo ho a ye bia no on the 20th medimafo herbal hospital Dr. Tam da so asem na making on the 20th no obi biara a obeje yarasa ayarahwe ewo takwa no ebenya achade na ye kan achade a medimafo de wonim ye mfritete esa nse e ba ye mpempi ya che television ya che mobile phones ya che mo ya che nioma anwa enioma hodo bebre de tere senya osika nti na doctor ba ye ba sere be ya yarasa betimi akoso na ye che wade no ye che wade because say e wo se wani timi gina okra aba ne ho so na wa yarasa timi dimu enu nti ne ye che wade enu nti se ma television a ye say wo ho to no kohwe TV no na fanya ire chichire ana wo no maduro na woni obi awo nchen na obekasa wo no wahwe TV no na tumi aboa na wayarasa no atumi asipi na sita medimafo herbal hospital obi se media mempese ya na nipa e ba hodoso min timi metena se 1 or 2 hours and 30 minutes ansa na drum so me ahwe me pepe kinkran ope appointment anasa ope premium service mbacho safo no uye MP, we a minister, we a busy person, and now we a businessman, and now businesswoman. Now, person by medima for a hospital. Now, buy a shower. The number in a free, and only on Fridays, any appointment, you know. Over friend number no a 0591 202375 0591 202375. Where your number for appointment no booking amount time ni amount bre medima for ba hospital me wa cho obi a also wanya low sperm count wono ontumi ngoba onkwamo e wo ni padua ma agene e wo fom me pa cho bra medima for ba hospital ni amo afa oba bi nso also ni atenka na wo fom watenka wo fom enu ntire o hu se ni kunu ni school fo nkwada bi gina wana na yem ahye no na yem jimbi ni okofi ya no obo minimu otimi kura de bankuta ne ni o ma hye na chi wanhwe o de behwe utirim me ba cha obram dima fo ba hospital ne mo ye nhwe de nti a o sauce no na hormones woni padua no o ma week a o ntimi nya active a o mu emo adwuma obam dima fo ba bo oba bi so akoko ntimpa cha wonu ma to ntimi ne di koko nti anasa o menses no atwa ntimi ma koko timi koso sade no woni padua no oba medimafo e beboa no yahwew wo baba ya akoda be 12 13 14 15 ne menses baba akon ma abiem oba medimafo ba hospital aye beboa na ya correct sane o ma ekoso woni padua no na menses na timi aba oye pani enso na wonru bra e woso menses atwa obra no twa oba medimafo a ye be nhwemu woni padua no na ya correct sa mistake se woni padua no nyina de amawo na onso hu atumi ato hye no so ma me se nipaduanum akwa biara wo nipaduanum no oba medimafo ba hospital na to chema onyame tumi a ode ma doctor ntim patcho be bo ne to ase de ma ya na me taye mfato ho pa se odifo Isaiah ne penso e wo 2 Kings 20:7 ho no o se ebra ne manfo hu se yare obi se wanya sciatica obi se mpompo abono obi mpo se ne kidna se yese anya yebiem obi anya mpompo ahodo abobo obi so nya osafaja ulcer ewo no so pacho wo mo tu anamo eko odifo ho no mo ka kire odifo se odifo enkosi da ben ne ho atoye odifo Isaiah awa 2 Kings 20:7 bowura kwaye mu no oba no wode haban enubina ahodo e na ode ba fie de besa ne manfo yare anu nti ene ya ka kire se okika Ezekiel 47:12 wo se na dua bi si nsubura na no a na haban ne hono na dua ba ene ne hini nyina aye aduro Bramidi mafo ba hospital na ye mo ne ntu yare bi asem fa ma wo ye bema me ba cho say mema se ya mentanka esan say de wo ye bema okurum ha na edura na dwona wo nya bema ye wala esan say wo so ba medi mafo ba hospital wo ba time da so ho na ye boa wo ye edura ye wo no ye powdered form a obetimi asa no atafren keke enya nwono ye san so e powdered form obetimi de gu nso hiem na wanom ye wo capsules ahodo a wo so ntimi powder na ye de ma wo na afi timi boa wo na ho ye den e wo empa so me ba cho nyetem say e so timi boko fie kowu na ka kiro say mi wura na so kasa je ya nye say wu pra no e ni je nko a bra me di mafo ba hospital infections nti be ma na efon e san say brahaize a unya bi wo jonso a kakra na moja ketwa bi de akire no ne brahaize na bia odware nsuom bacteria ahodo afo mi wo ni padua no ama be ma no efon a wo ba me di mafo a ye be boa wo ye de nsabo no edi si ba me ka kiro say ena me no kasa no pay poko ase mayira branch ye bie kuma ase e boa kwa atwema ogo e honso ye bie ba hwe no nso say oba medimafo na abeto akwara akora say ote akonya so say o say yare a me pa chawo mentwentwe na ase sanse eduro biara ode be ma no me ba chawo say Dr. Tanda so ho a say dukuro na ode be ma wo na onyame ede ne nsa ede atoso say eduro bia ba no bia no pa chawo ho beto say de dotie anka onwemfo nsem no yare no Dr. Tanda so say onyame tumi ode amane nti no enka so de biara dai na message 0244774282 and 0500727215 Emi Dimafo Herbal Hospital Dr. Time eda so anopay openi yebera ase papa
yes so eda se ye pa se oso ode ebre yen mami we ye birthday na fe me ne ye godin ento aso the next issue has to do with the MPP. Happy birthday to Cynthia Amate, Director of Human Resource ECG. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to Janet Adiepena. Happy birthday to you, Adiepena. And then a happy birthday to Hannah Uti. Happy birthday to you. Hannah, happy birthday to you. And then there's a home call. Emma, your Bishop Ankasa, ne Lady Bishop Mrs. Nana Adaimensa Ebebaso. Richard, I think it's 18th, right? And many may this Saturday. And I'm say Ebebaso, Lady Bishop Mrs. Nana Adaimensa Ebebaso at the forecourt of is it State House? A honum and Ebebaso. You must have shedding na face of and then there's a 1 week observation where if you this one is the late Isaac Kofi Bio Kumsen Ebebaso ewo eye odoko buzia we fifi we yankasa ye fifi Kessben ne ho nipa the 1 week observation no Ebebaso this is what ewo ho emma sisi 43 minutes into a 9 a.m. Yam kwana fe godin MP for no sister la no motichi omo microphone no dodo na mo yesa motichi omo dodo
we be a question before
yes
you see enye easy say aban bi benya that akokuduro no e dey ache and say e dey prosecute his own enye easy because akamemu no mo say obi enu wode ne nsa benkum ebe kire na jefie you get the point it is not easy but it has to take a political will to do that Mekai under former President Kufuor he made sure say his own I think I think Malam Yusuf the sports minister
yes
okay
yes Sikebikwa
Uriah no faced the laws and was prosecuted. Under former President John Dramani Mahama one. Onwani appointee former JIDA coordinator Abu Gapele was taken to court and was jailed. You get the point. So previous president I try on my best to touch one or two of their appointees. Even though enye enough but because enye enough what be say say are the president the court because issues in the court. But as independent as the court is, they have to pass judgment. You get the point. But your evidence, under Kufuor, he took his own on. John Mahama took his own on. Under the whole 8 years of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we didn't see that. So the question is that it's about political will. So even though medical can say it's easy to prosecute your own because we be any warden in Sabechere neje fie no. So bia bana oyano baku mienu a, we will be graduating small. You get the point. So it is not easy. But John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, aka time without number. Say already said your year in May first term, no. This term, every appointee or any appointee of his government who will be found culpable, the law will take its own course. That is the political will that we need. So far, bibi bia ambede di say obi di ninsa akeske bia ye nyamra sembia. Yes, I you are getting me. The MPP are trying to fish out issues, but so far a be anywhere substantial. Omotimidi there akako jina court. Me no ka say Samuel Uku file through the RTI to Ghana Maritime Authority on a suspected case. On one after several days, actually I apologize. He has to withdraw the RTI. No. So Sasemni Bana it needs to be taken to court. Then the panel Yejelina John Dramani Mahama is willing and has that commitment to make sure say Semrani so mua you face the law. So we need a political, but any easy as I said. On MPP said that yet won. You see, Kojo, MPP ye pe party omobe cry foul about arrests of their members and yet the MPP. Omo lack that moral right to cry foul on what the Ghana Police Service is doing. MPP fear being was less than 2 years. Ghanaians have not forgotten. Ghana Fury fee MPP amemua omubu no trokano. They have not forgotten. But omu behave as if some opposition. No? It has been 20-30 years, so we have forgotten. Let us continue to remind them. Because MPP is a failed party with no credibility to be talking about things like this. And then you can watch them. And then you have free media, which others call it social media. You want the positives and you want the negative. Continuously, we are all educating and agitating. Say, you use social media for its good reasons, and yet the bad reason. Ghana so ya dem run day, ya di juma. And bear in mind, the fact say ya chill a process before court, no, you are not guilty until the court pronounces you guilty. To the fact say Ghana Police Service arrested Nkrofua in their wisdom omoni ebi etiatia Ghana mrano doesn't mean they have passed judgment on them because they will be processed to court, and the court, which is an independent body, another arm of government, will do pronouncement on them. So in the first place, the first one they have been arrested does not mean that they have been found guilty. They remain suspect under, I think, Article 19 until proven guilty. So they are just suspect. 2, on this social media issue, defamation offense before our laws. Anameboa. This is who you sue social media. At the year, in the wisdom of Nipano Osusu say, when defaming you can be taken on, but it is up to the person to go and justify and meet the threshold of defamation. Na court nebua in that person's favor. Say a report na ye chill na you go do court na when timi and prove those elements under defamation. Court will free you. Even though we are practicing free speech, but where your free speech ends, that is where somebody's right begins. So let's be careful. That free speech is not absolute. It is guided by law. In the Ghana Police Service over the years now, Kojo, this is the issue. Try on possible best to sanitize the system. So police is trying to sanitize the system. Under the MPP, they arrested Sami Jemfi for publishing document on his Facebook wall. Wosusu say it was wrong for him to have done that. Sami Jemfi echo program on UTV. We are descending on 5 armed-built men, bundled and placed him in a car and took him away. Were we not in this country? The MPP speaking today, what was their stand yesterday? We call it journalists. Even though we have free speech, media freedom, what did we see? He sat behind the console like this now. And almost in some more against Ghana. They didn't just arrest him. They didn't call court. He was jailed. One could answer him. MPP General Secretary, a lawyer who is today leading the entire failed party MPP. What was his standing? Under MPP, yem branch organizer. One Mohammed. No. Because what you say, Nyamana wa ye no, and Nyamana wa publishing on the Facebook wall no, was against the law. They didn't call court. Jailing for 4 years. Go online. I'll check it and read it for you. You're jailing for 4 years. You're branch organizer. Constituency. What was their stand? Meaning now a continuation. Listen to me. A continuation of the same Ghana Police Service process of sanitizing the process that they were exercising under their era. This one when they say on time no, they are not police here no. Not the boni be but now people were abusing the media freedom. They were abusing free speech. They were abusing social media, for which the Ghana Police Service was trying to sanitize the system. And the same Ghana Police Service na ne omu ye jumano. Into omu continue to such a time that the system will be sanitized. So they should be quiet. What was good yesterday for them is equally good today. It's equally good today. I have given you plethora of evidence that happened under their era. Why? Under Kufuor, I sorry them.
No, sorry.
He was in church when men purported to be coming from the government entered into the church. I sorry fear, bundled him and took him away. Tatuchikata under Kufuor. Into the Fufro. And I brought Tatuchikata on not on the issue of defamation and those things, but Mitie Frimpong Kodiano. He was talking about the Rambo style. So that Rambo style no, didn't start today. Because sometimes police to say Yambao honum on an emergency, we may not get you. Sometimes part of their surveillance, no, omo time wa baby uwa save ombetimi actual no na omo actual. Even though there are times there has been excesses. So we can be talking about the excesses. But Frimpong Kodia should be quiet because he never spoke about the excesses under his administration. When it was done in excess under the MPP and General Secretary, no, then he has no moral right, no justification to be complaining today. He should be quiet. He should be quiet. You get the point. So we are going in say MPP fear being one son. In summary, MPP fear being one son and TBI. It's been less than 2 years. You worse things under them in circumstances like the worst things. Worst things. Even former ministers under the previous John Dramani Mahama one. Their houses were raided. We complained. So if same Ghana Police Service that has not changed are exhibiting their modus operandi, what is the problem the MPP is complaining about today?
Okay.
I think the last topic, Ghana.
Oh,
so that we can just brush on it.
So, Asa, your fancy.
I wanted to give you the Sotium.
Okay.
NDC.
Okay. The guy was jailed 4 years and now 7. Okay. Very interesting. I mean, so never win SEC and they basically 55 minutes into a year 9. And check your Medino a bit. See how no fe sports forum atwaso am I made for action no so on atwaso am I when Godwin is done with the issue no per se or clarify or
so
clarify
so modern Ghana news, that is it. So Kojo in so that your cameras can capture it. Modern Ghana. Yes. NDC branch organizer jailed 10 years or 10 years for threatening to shoot, kill during December elections. So, a Sotuum branch organizer of the National Democratic who threatened to kill citizens during the December general election has been sentenced to 4 years. So, even though a TV seminar 10 years, the content is referring to 4 years. I read the content yesterday. Yeah. So, this is it. Non-NDC person.
All right.
So, Yabapa NDC 4 chow. The mess they created and left for us. John Dramani Mahama through the reset policy. Tried to reset every mess they messed up during their 8 years. And I can promise you that, Kojo, before the end of the tenure of John Dramani Mahama administration, meaning say no single NPP person will praise him, but the citizens themselves will speak to the reality that we have experienced a good government. Kojo, quick one.
Yeah, quick.
On the salary of teachers.
Yes.
You see, before I buy being one son, now clearance has been given for some teachers to be engaged. They have been engaged, and later, when we came to power, we had some conversation with them. Until as we speak, the Obekacho Bia say they have not been regularized. That month they are not being paid. It is not true. Arrears that we ought to pay them, and it is in arrears. Let me use that word.
Okay, yeah.
But say month they do ne. It is not true. Yesterday I was there when the teacher associations demonstrated at the Ministry of Finance office. Yeah. I was there with the Deputy Minister of Finance, Honorable Ampem Nyako. And this was the narrative. And the leadership of the teacher unions never spoke otherwise. That month they do no salary. They are only agitating for their arrests to be paid. And the Minister of Finance has assured them, because problem they say, because finance, health, we are giving timeline that we want to stagger it for 3 months. They thought they should have also been given that same. So the minister told them that Ministry of Education has equally written to them, and I think from May, they will also their payment will be staggered and they will be paid. So men people and Kasa as if say when the month end, they are not being paid. Every teacher who has been engaged under this administration is being paid monthly. It is an issue of an arrest. An arrest, I've told you, I've taught before. We were training college, 17 years in it. When I came, it was under when the MPP had come in fresh under Kufuate. No, when they were ending. I worked for more than 1 year, close to 1.5 years. I wasn't paid. It is not to say they shouldn't pay them.
Sure.
It is not to say they shouldn't pay them, but it is just to say these things are not new.
All right.
These things are not new.
But as